headache this morning. I've taken some medicine, got some hydration going. It's super, super hot. I don't know what area a lot of you are from, but good morning. Happy Sunday, right? We're going to prepare for us to have a good week. Excuse me. And I'm going to preface this with I don't want this message to come across as that, but as negative. But as I was sitting there and I was having my own prayer time with God and I was really venting, I wanted to say this. Um, Heartbreak, disappointment, failure, you know, uh, lack of confidence, lack of self trust, lack of trust for others. Um, it doesn't matter if it's depression, if it's anxiety, if it's OCD, like over obsessive compulsive disorder, if it's overthinking, is if it's you're a pessimist, you're always negative, like whatever the case may be, right? Those things are real. They're real, right? I'm not gonna be one of them ones like that's not. No, they're real. However, what I'm realizing and what I feel God is bringing me to know is yes, daughter, those things are real, but I'm even more real. Matter of fact, I'm the realest thing you're gonna get. I don't care if you're addicted to drugs, to alcohol, to food, to sex, to this, to that, whatever the case may be. Nothing will give you more comfort than because it's the only thing in this life that's for sure. It's the only thing that's for sure. And I don't want to seem like that person is just like, oh, whatever. But it's the only thing that's for sure, you guys. Because everything else can fail you. I'm not going to say, oh, it will. But some things will fail you in this life. I'm sorry to say. You don't have to have a horrible life. Like, I didn't have a horrible life. You don't have to have that to know, like, some things happen. A chair breaks, a car breaks down, and it can be new, and something can happen to like those things are that's that's part of life. But one thing about it, man, at times I think, well, the suffering is for what? The disappointment was for what? The person lying to me was for what? You know. But it all taught me something. It all brought me back to praying, trusting. But I'm also in a season of living. I'm also in a season of moving forward while navigating all of these thoughts and feelings that we're talking about right now, right? Like moving forward as in I'm going to pursue that education. I'm going to pursue that job. I'm going to pursue that new place that I want. I'm going to pursue my health. I'm going to pursue new relationships and friendships and connections. But I still need to keep my eyes on Jesus. I still have to stay that course. And that's why a lot of times those isolation seasons or those seasons where you're just like, hi everyone, those seasons where you're just like, well, why is nothing happening? Why can't I hear nothing from a friend, from God? Why? But you guys, they build you up because when life starts going fast, God is a God of suddenly. And I'm telling you, when those blessings start hitting you, like you may be praying and you feel like you're in a wilderness season for a long time. You guys, sometimes that stuff can go floop, floop. I'm talking about it's just dropping off like Amazon pack, like bloop, bloop, bloop. And even Amazon is not as fast as it used to be, right? But I'm just saying that stuff will start dropping down, blessings showering that you won't even know what to do with it. And if you do not have an identity within your God first, then within yourself, because God is what's going to teach you how to find yourself. You're going to find yourself through God, right? God knows you already. He created you, right? And he's not telling you what you have to like. You don't have to like purple. You don't have to watch Love Island. You don't have to like pizza. You have the option and the free will because he wants you to want to get to know him. The same way, y'all, it feels nice to be seen, to be heard. You don't want to fake yourself. You don't want to fake on YouTube. You don't want to fake in a friendship or a relationship. You don't want to fake. Now, there are times where, yes, you guys, obviously, we have to conduct ourselves in certain ways, of course. But you don't want to sit there and fake your whole life. You don't want to be something that you are not. You don't want to do that. You want to be comfortable with yourself. There are going to be moments of where you're uncomfortable or you're in a new season of learning you. You've never met this part of you. You just turned 29, for instance. You never been 29 before. You know, like I think it was Brand. I can't remember what movie that was watching. It was like people dying and never died before, for real, right? But no, like it's times where some seasons you will recognize, others you will not. But that's just saying, like, embrace the new you, as hard as it may be. This season that I'm in right now, y'all, is so crazy because it feels good, but it feels uncomfortable. But it doesn't. Like, I can't explain it. You know, like, and it's because I'm accepting the fact that, like, hey, I'm going to open up to the fact that I don't really recognize this, that, or this, but I'm going to walk in it. If those days where I feel like I can't pull open my Bible as much, or, you know, hey, today I was only able to do this, and today I was only able to do that, I still walk away from the situation knowing God loves me. I thank God for my health, my strength. For real, y'all, we take some stuff for granted. Your toes wiggling, your fingers. You can talk, you can walk, you can see, you can hear, you can think for yourself. You woke up and you knew who you were. You knew that was your child, your niece, your nephew, your granddad. Some people don't. They don't even know who they are anymore. They were athletes and now they can't talk, they can't speak. They can't walk, they can't run, they can't jump. They can't get themselves dressed. Hi, everyone. Hi. And it seems corny, or it's just like, oh, we don't want to hear that. Oh, da, 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 da. But I'm just serious. You know, and that stuff keeps me going. Does that mean that I'm failing to recognize the fact that I want more out of life? I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm surely not going to lie to God. I do want more out of life. Out of myself, out of a partner, right? But so many years I lived not feeling like I was deserving. And let me get back to that point, though. And when that's your baseline, please understand that you can operate off of that. So I make jokes with my friend all the time about, like, I don't know why I like dudes like this. And I don't know why this and that. But the other night, and here lately, I started to think, oh, there is a version of myself that is attracted to this type of person. Because at first I'd be like, I don't really like that. But no, it's something of you that is. It's some part of you that is. And I'm not going to tell you have to change it. I mean, that's something you got to see for yourself. If you see that it's no longer serving you, then yeah, you probably need to do something about it. Right? If you like men that smoke, drink, cheat, they post all over Facebook, they want sex on the first few nights, like, yeah, maybe, you know. And some men that don't even come across like that are still like that. But when you're sure of yourself, when you're praying for discernment, when you're prioritizing yourself, your wants and your needs first, then you'll start to recognize that sooner. Right? And then just like looks, let's get on looks. You know, I've dealt with insecurities with looks and just things that I have or don't have, money-wise, material-wise. But I've grown to learn, like, you guys, I have met so many people who are absolutely gorgeous. And I mean naturally. I mean no surgeries, no BBLs, no makeups, no weaves, no wigs. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And a lot of times that seed was planted by the enemy long ago from a child. I don't care if it was an aunt, it was an uncle. I don't care if they belittled you and made you feel left out on purpose, even though there was nothing wrong with you. I don't care if you do have a crooked nose or a distinct learning disability or mental, physical disability. You were made to feel that, and they made that your identity from an early age. But recognize you are you, and it's something about you that only you can it's only you can work that, like, you know, only you can work it the way that God gave it to you, right? But you're not dismissed from any of God's blessings. But do understand that a lot of these vain things, they're fleeting. They come and go. Someone thinks you cute, some don't. Some men, a man or a woman, if you're, if you're a man or a woman watching this, they might like the way you look, some don't. They might like that job that you got, some don't. She likes lasagna, you don't. I mean, it's whatever. But I'm just saying, be yourself and do find you something solid to grasp on, because that's what you're gonna need. That's what you're gonna need. And be okay with embracing your emotions, your disappointment, your hurt, your anger. Just don't let it control you. If you're angry, but you're like, I still know God exists. I'm mad, I'm upset, God, that my mom, my sister, my aunt just passed, my grandma just passed away, but I still trust you. And I thank God for that alone. The fact that I'm like, God, thank you for me still being able to recognize you are still good. You are still present. Just because I feel alone, just because I feel hurt, just because of this does not mean you are not who you are. You're the only thing that never changes. You're the only thing I can be sure of. But anyway, keep your heads up. I'm thankful to God that I've been overcoming a lot of things, and I'm navigating into a new season. And like I said, it's fun. But I thank God for who He is, you guys. I really do. I struggle a lot, but just make sure you pray for yourself. If you like to write it down, write it down. If you like to put it in your notes, or something like that. If you like to talk out loud, do that. If you need to seek therapy, there's free therapy options. That seems lame, corny, but look it up, okay? Because it could be the very thing to help you, and you never knew that this was what you were missing in your life. But I thank God for my channel. I want to start posting a lot more. I drifted away because, like I just said, life was getting to me. I started a new job. I'm still pursuing higher education. I'm still pursuing the things that I want in this life. But I thank you all for who I have like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out all my posts, community tab, reels, shorts. See if there's something that you like on this channel. If so, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope everyone has a great week. You will see me again this week. Bye. My hair's a mess, but bye.